Dr. Watkins had said, too casually in Rachel's opinion, as her heart shattered. Was it fair that her designated time with Aunt Tweet was marred with worry that at any time her aunt would slip away? Aunt Tweet's doctor in Philly said a patient with dementia can live up to 20 years, Rachel pointed out. Yes, the doctor confirmed, with no other contributing factors, but the average lifespan is usually 4 to 8 years after diagnosis. Changes in the brain begin before any signs manifest. That's the preclinical period of Alzheimer's. Tabitha, the second oldest and a pharmaceutical rep, whispered. Yes, also called the mild stage, which allows her to remain active socially. Stages can overlap, so I suspect Miss Brownlee might have moderate to advanced Alzheimer's. It is usually the longest stage and can last for many years. Living longer is good news, but not with her condition worsening. My aunt is the sweetest person on earth. All Rachel wanted was more bonding time with Aunt Tweet, so she could tell her over and over again how much she loved her, admired her, and would live up to the expectations Aunt Tweet had for her 3 nieces. Based on these new symptoms, let me see her in my office to determine if she has progressed to the next stage. Which is? Kim, the oldest, asked, but Rachel wasn't sure she wanted to know. The late stage, Dr. Watkins said matter-of-factly. Unfortunately, the last stage of Alzheimer's is the most severe. Without warning, she can lose the ability to respond to her surroundings, control movements, or she may stop walking, sitting, and eventually swallowing. When the call ended, Rachel had been numb. The conversation both depressed her and upset her stomach. Dr. Watkins's speculation was one thing, but taking Aunt Tweet into the office to confirm the inevitable was disheartening. Had her aunt stopped eating because she couldn't swallow? The next day, Aunt Tweet woke with a voracious appetite. Relieved, Rachel cried like a baby with a wet diaper. This was proof that Aunt Tweet had not progressed to another stage. She had bounced back. Thank you, God, she whispered, and considered canceling the doctor appointment. Kim was the first one to veto the idea. Go, Rach, or I'll fly down there and take her myself, she threatened. All right, Rachel reluctantly agreed. On second thought, Rachel wondered if all 3 of them going to the doctor with Aunt Tweet wasn't such a bad idea. Depending on what the doctor had to say, they may need to hold each other's hands. Unfortunately, 1 week later, Rachel was on her own, and she escorted Aunt Tweet to the appointment. She didn't care what it looked like to others in the waiting room. Rachel held her aunt's hand as if she were a little lost girl, not a 29-year-old engineer who was at the top of her game. After the preliminaries, Dr. Watkins gave Rachel the heartbreaking news. From my assessment, and everything you shared on the phone, your aunt has indeed transitioned to the last stage. She was quick to add, don't give up hope yet. It's not over. This stage can last from several weeks to several years. It's not the quantity of time, but the memories you have with her that will give you comfort. Rachel nodded, but didn't feel any comfort in her words. It was the memories of Aunt Tweet's laugh, unfiltered conversations about life, and her attention to a meticulous appearance that was fading too fast, being replaced by a shell of a woman whose independence had been stolen. It's important that you keep a sharp eye on her for signs of pain, since her level of communication may become more limited. Oftentimes, that meant Rachel sitting at her bedside throughout the night, reminiscing about happy times as a child, unsure if Aunt Tweet remembered or understood, but it was therapy for Rachel.